You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey there, B&B fans. It is Belinda from Soap Dirt, and I've got your early edition spoilers for the week of December 25th through 29th on the CBS soap opera. I'm excited to unpack these for you. Before we dig in, if you haven't already, please reach down, click subscribe. That way you won't miss any of our updates. So just real quick to give you context for what's coming next week, we're going to real quickly run through what's happening the rest of this week. If you're keeping up with the episodes, you should have seen Monday and Tuesday the 18th and the 19th already by now. And there's a lot of RJ and Zende angst that I'm enjoying, and Ridge basically, again, wanting to unplug his father while not even giving the process a chance to take. Then on Wednesday the 20th, Zende realizes why all of this is happening to him. I'm sure it's because he's not Brooke and Ridge's child. I mean, that's the explanation, I'd assume. And he tells Luna what he has realized. And Cirie Fields debuts in a cameo as Doctor Martin. Cirie was from several seasons of Survivor, the most recent season of Big Brother BB25. And she also won The Traitors, which was a really, really devious reality show. What's funny about this appearance is she's actually a surgical nurse herself, so she's very familiar with hospitals, but she memorized the lines for Bridget instead of Dr. Martin because she didn't realize what her character's name was. And she came to set and only then realized, oh crap, I've memorized the wrong dialogue. And fortunately, I'm sure she probably has a lot less dialogue than Bridget did that they gave to Ashley Jones. So she's there and definitely consulting on the case of Eric Forrester, as I thought she would be. Also, Matt Klotz, who was also on Big Brother 25, shows up as James, a Forrester Creations employee. I hope he's modeling clothes, because if he is, you guys are in for a treat. He is a Deflects swimmer, and he has a perfect body. He's really cute. He's very nice. He's deaf. You couldn't really tell on Big Brother. I watched Big Brother as well. And you couldn't really tell. He's got hearing aids and he reads lips really well and he speaks very well. And he's just a really, really cool dude and so handsome and so built. So maybe they'll have him model, it's swimsuit season, right? In the freezing cold of winter. And Finn tells Bridget that his greatest fear might be realized. And of course, that is Eric dying on his watch. And Finn's going to say because of his experimental treatment, no. I mean, Eric was going to die without that treatment. So Thursday, the 21st, Steffi Forrester worries she made the wrong choice. And I wonder if that is her advocating to Ridge to listen to Finn and use his plan. Although she seemed very supportive of Finn on the most recent episode. But then Finn and Bridget get another idea on how they can help Eric. And so Ridge must make another decision that makes him uncomfortable. I'm just not loving Ridge right now. I haven't liked him in a while, honestly. Maybe since Ron Moss was on. Anyway, you didn't hear me say that. Friday the 22nd. It's going to be Cliffhanger Friday, the third Friday in the row that it looks like Eric's about to die. Eric is unconscious still, can't breathe on his own. He's still in a coma. Steffi, Ridge, Brooke, Bridget, and Finn all talk about what Eric's wishes might be. And they all think back on other memories. And according to the spoilers, it doesn't mention any other family being there. And you'd think that Thorne should be there and Thomas and say, ugh. All right. And then going into the week of the 25th through the 29th, just a side note real quick. We know that Krista Allen is done. She's already had her last episode. So I wonder, are they going to even bother to mention where is Taylor right now when her children's granddad is in this crisis? Or are they just going to say she's at another medical conference and then another one and then another one and then another one? Or are they going to exit her like they did Quinn? It's just so weird. So we are definitely going into Christmas with Eric's life on the line again. Still in the coma. Everyone's talking about what he'd want. So I think going into Christmas, instead of it being a happy occasion, it's going to be a lot of doom and gloom. And should we unplug Eric talk again? The conversations from this week, I feel like we're going to hear on repeat continuously with Ridge thinking, Dad, I don't want this. I'll just unplug it. Ridge doesn't know what Eric would want, because as was pointed out, which I've been pointing out for days, but as was pointed out in the most recent episode, Eric didn't know that this experimental treatment was available to him. Had he known, then they would have known what his thoughts were on it, but they're just assuming. And since Eric was hiding his illness from Ridge has no idea how Eric feels about this illness. So Ridge, to me right now, is not even being patient enough to let the treatment work. It's not like you do a cancer treatment and 5 minutes later it's instantly better. If you, listeners, have had cancer yourself or someone in your family has, my mom and sister have both survived cancer, it takes a minute for things to take and for them to know that the things are working. And I've mentioned here, they put my mom, she flatlined, and they put her into an induced coma right after she had chemo to let the chemo do its work without her body having to carry out the basic processes of breathing and things. Is pretty standard. So for Ridge to want to know definitely, is this working? What's happening? You know, Finn said on the most recent, there's not a lot of guarantees in my business. Ridge knows about making dresses. That is his sole area of expertise. It's not on making one woman happy. It is not on anything else. So I'm very frustrated. All right. What I don't know if Ridge is going to order the unplug on Friday the 22nd or not, but then on Monday the 25th, Christmas Day, no new episodes, so we will not find out Eric's fate until Tuesday the 26th, which I presume will be Christmas in LA on Bold and Beautiful. And I think we're definitely getting a Christmas miracle for the patriarch of the Forrester family. I mean, think about this. Are they going to kill him on Christmas so that every year that Bold is just sad and gloomy and there's this in memoriam for Eric Forrester to remind us of John McCook's departure? Or is it a Christmas miracle and every year on Christmas it's like, Granddad, remember you had that Christmas miracle and we're so glad you're here. That's why, once again, I expect next week Eric Forrester to come out of this just fine. I'm thinking next week's going to be a lot of, yay, it's a miracle. Eric's treatment is working on repeat over and over. You know, they take the amount of dialogue that you'd see on one episode of like GH or Days or Y&R for one episode, and then on Bold and Beautiful, they would use that amount of dialogue all week long because they just repeat it and repeat it and repeat it over and over and over and over and over. You see how annoying that is when I'm repeating that? That's what I feel like watching Bold. Write some freaking new dialogue. At least rearrange the words. Get a thesaurus so it's not exactly the same dialogue. All right. So what I want to see and what I hope we get some of next week, the week of the 25th through the 29th, is Eric's thing winding down so we can get back to Thomas and Hope, get back to Liam doing his dark stalky thing, get Sheila and Deacon back. I would even take more of Lee griping about her indiscriminate sister. But what I'm really scared of is as the Eric storyline winds down is what they're going to put on the front burner. It's going to be Luna and RJ and Zende, and that's going to suck up all the oxygen and all the airtime. I need less of Luna and RJ, not more. So that's what I'm scared about next week. We'll see, because I think we've seen more of Luna than the actual fan favorite characters. I don't know what Brad Bell is doing. I don't know if he's been bribed. I'm not sure. It's not very satisfactory. As a viewer, as a journalist commenting on this, it is unsatisfactory. 2 thumbs way down. There's nothing wrong with her. She's a good actress. The character's interesting, but not front burner. Not when we've got other things happening we would rather see. That's my 2 cents. And that is it for our early spoilers for December 25th through 29th. If you haven't, please reach down, click subscribe so you don't miss any of our Bold and the Beautiful spoilers, updates, and news. And we are here, of course, talking B&B 7 days a week, so come back soon. As always, I'm Belinda from Soap Dirt.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.